Hello guys, wanted to make this video for a while because we've been living a very strange era, of course in relation to video games, not just that, but video games. This channel is about video games, so gonna talk that. This is the first generation, which I already said multiple times, in which we've started with certain prices, hardware prices, and then we ended up having like increased prices for that same hardware 6 years later. And this is the first time ever it has happened. Unique case, because I've been playing games for I don't know, I don't remember, since the early 90s, I will say, maybe late 80s, huh? But I don't remember hardware, any type of hardware, at least gaming hardware, ever increasing in price with the passing of time. Usually, I mean, there were people, a lot of people I remember, waiting the end of our generation to pick up systems because they were the cheapest there will ever be. Plus, they had a lot of games to choose from. So it wasn't really a stupid thing to do to wait the end of a generation, like 20, 30 years ago to pick up the consoles with the games. It was actually probably the best time. But no, with this generation, all the rules got like deleted, like destroyed. There are no rules, and I don't think, honestly, I don't think we're going back to the way things were, because AI has fucked up everything. But it's not just about AI and pricing. It's about one, what the software houses, the developers, the manufacturers think they can get away with, and that's a lot. They think they can get away with a lot of shit before people start actually boycotting them. And it's news of today, actually. I've been recording this video for a few days already. But it's news of today that Sony is ditching physical discs starting from 2028. So yeah, it's over. Consoles are over. I'm gonna touch this thing again later on in the video. I'm just interjecting a bit because I'm adding this part like posthumously. But yeah, consoles are over. Next gen, you're gonna get probably at least $800 consoles day one. You're gonna get totally digital consoles. You're gonna get $80 games, digital games. Like, what are we doing here? Gaming is dead. At least AAA gaming, modern gaming is dead. It's becoming a luxury. Honestly, I don't see many people actually buying next gen consoles. It's just starting to become too expensive, and there's just a lot of more things you could be doing with that money and time. It's starting to feel like it's not worth it. Or at least if you wanna play something, you're gonna be like having to go the retro gaming route, which is not a bad thing. But I mean, it's not the physical per se that's the problem. The problem is that like with a totally digital console, the publishers, like the developers, the software houses, the Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, whatever, can do whatever they want. They can suspend your license. They can take away your license. They can remove games. They can ban you. What are you gonna do? Like I'm gonna say later in the video, what are you gonna do? What's your retort? You have none. Zero, nada. So yeah, consoles. I don't see like the market surviving a next generation made of extremely expensive consoles. Like of course, an online fee, expensive games, and no physical media. I just don't see many people bothering with a next generation console that's like that. PC will depend on what the hardware costs. Like if the prices come down a little bit, I can see PC getting even more people on board, but that depends mostly on the hardware prices, like what this shortage of memory and such like does. If it lasts longer, if it's gonna subside a little bit, who knows? Nobody knows. We know nothing. So yeah, I don't think the like rapport, the relationship between consumer and like producer, how do you want to call it, the producer of software hardware, is very balanced today, because the manufacturers have way too many techniques and shady practices to fuck over the consumer. And the consumer, like, to tell you the truth, is the average consumer nowadays is kind of stupid. So yeah, the the knife is held steadily by the software houses, like the publishers. Most people will still keep buying shitty games. No matter what, they will buy the same game each year. So there's no hope in that sense. And I was saying about AI, like AI has fucked up everything. First, at first it was the pandemic that jacked up the prices and sort of limited availability when it comes to the hardware at the start of generation. But then, with the time, as time went on, it subsided. But now with AI, we are in a completely different ballpark, because, like, in my experience, I mean, from the way I'm gathering things, from the way like the hardware manufacturers like Micron, so the memory manufacturers, which pretty much hold in their hands the whole future of the industry right now, both gaming industry and the AI industry, because the memory is fundamental. Like memory is everywhere. You can't have a technological device without memory nowadays. So consoles, phones, even TVs like PCs, well, everything, cell phones. Yeah, and there's a lot of requests. That data centers are scooping up all the RAM, all the memory. So I mean, the prices are what they are. You have seen, like the most recent increase in price was from Xbox last week, I think. They had jacked up the prices like to an insane degree. Like the Xbox Series S, the console that was supposed to be cheaper, like the cheapest option, that was $300, is now $500 6 years later, which is insane. Oh, and obviously the other consoles are even more expensive. The same with the PS5. The PS5 is more expensive now than it was before. So it's really not a manufacturer, like a specific pattern from Microsoft or Sony or Nintendo. Everybody's doing it. Even the Steam machine that just launched, like $1,200 for very modest hardware with 16 gigs of RAM, I think. Yeah, it's prices are out of control. So, and in my opinion, things are not gonna go back the way they were ever. Like they might get better, because I think we are near the peak of the insanity when it comes to the prices. They might get better, but they'll never go back to the way they were. You're never gonna get $400 consoles day one. You're not gonna get even $500 consoles probably ever, because when like prices go up, they rarely come back exactly the way they were in today's day and age. I've seen it with the multiple PC components. Like the GPUs are the most egregious example. Like, you could buy a mid-range GPU 10 years ago for 400 bucks. Actually, it was a mid-high tier GPU. I mean, even the PS4 was 400 bucks. So like, that was the sweet spot 10 years ago for hardware. And yeah, now you're paying 500 bucks. At least in 2020 you were paying 500 bucks. Now you're paying even more. And like, with the way things are going, with the weakness of the consumer, with the scarcity of resources, things are not gonna go back the way they were. Like, maybe if you're lucky in a year or two, but I doubt. You'll get a decrease in price. Like, you're gonna pay, instead of $900, you're gonna pay $700 for a PS6. Like, when it comes out, I don't know when it's gonna come out, but you can't forget cheap consoles. You might as well forget them. And I mean, there's a possibility we're gonna get $1,000 consoles at launch for the next generation. So you might say, I'm gonna quit gaming. Yeah, honestly, I think it's not a bad idea for a lot of people, because this industry needs a purge. There's way too many people that shouldn't be playing games at all now. They have polluted the hobby. They have normalized cancerous practices, and I think it's better if they just don't stop playing games. The industry should go back to the way it was before, with fewer people playing games. I think it will be better for everything. Because in today's day and age, there's a lot of competition for your time. Like, there's phones, tablets, Netflix, social media. A lot of people don't need to play video games. You can play on your phone. Go play on your phone if you're an ultra casual. I don't know. I don't care. But I think, like, pandering to the lowest common denominator has hurt the industry way too much. And I think we're about due for a crash. Like, an actual crash. Not the industry is gonna crash because the games suck. Now, that's not gonna make the industry crash. Because way too many people are comfortable playing shitty games. What can make it crash is prices getting out of control. 80 bucks games, 90 bucks games, 100 bucks games, $1,000 consoles, 800 bucks mid-range GPUs. Like, that kind of stuff is gonna make people quit. Not Cyberpunk 2029 sucking ass, in my opinion. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot that doesn't work in this fucking industry right now. I feel like it's an exercise in futility. Like, I keep playing games because it's something I've always done since I was a kid. But I can see a lot of people who really don't care that much about the hobby just stopping playing next generation. Because it's not really, for most people, it's not really worth it anymore. There's way different things, easier things to get into that they could be doing. And also because, I mean, like I said, the quality of the games is going downhill. They suck ass for the most part. You wait 5 years for a game and then it comes out and sucks ass. So yeah, that's not really ideal, in my opinion. And then there's all the other things I said. The manufacturers being too powerful. With all their influencers, shields, whatever. They have a monopoly. What do you want to call it? They are too powerful because what does the consumer have? Like, just not buying a game. But the problem is, when someone doesn't buy a game, there are way too many people that are gonna buy a game. So his boycott is not gonna do anything. But because, like I said, there's just way too many people. The consumer doesn't really have many weapons. at his disposal compared to the publisher or the hardware manufacturer. Yeah, you can just not buy stuff, but that's not gonna do much. The prices are not gonna go back the way they were. You're gonna get a slight decrease, and that's it. The games suck. The prices suck. Not enough good games come out in a generation in today's day and age to justify these prices. 20 years ago, you will get like 10 bangers every year. Like out of 100 games, you will get 10 bangers, 30 pretty decent games, and maybe like other 30 okay games, and then the rest maybe sucked ass. But nobody cared about the games that sucked ass because there were way too many good games to play to worry about the garbage. Nowadays the ratio is pretty much 1-to-1. Like actually, I would say it's like 3-to-1. Three garbage games to one good game, and it's not sustainable. So like nobody's gonna buy $100,000 consoles to play one good game every 2 years if they're lucky. At least I don't think people who have my sane mindset will. But even the casuals, who the fuck is gonna buy a $1,000 console? Come on, nobody. Yeah. So the industry is not a good place. In a good place. Honestly, I hope it crashes because it's unsustainable, not just for me but for everybody. And I hope things go back to the way they were, with the fewer people playing, more exigent people with better taste playing, and everybody else doing whatever the fuck they want, but just not playing games. So let me know your thoughts, guys, on what I said, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye bye.